That's great. So Clemson University has its own reputation, as he said. It's among the top 30 universities for this particular courses, that is industrial engineering. So she was reluctant that why you are changing the fields or the course, right?
Framing the question because he framed me in such a way.
So you need to make the visa officer understand that why you are choosing that particular masters, right?
Well, I never expected such thing because she was very reluctant to give me some visa. I was very anxious that how did this happen, and then I saw my parents, they were very happy. Expect the unexpected because when you prepare for the worst,
If you are confident about your profile, if you are confident about your university selection and the finances, right, then there is no way that your visa might be refused unless you have a very bad day. So there is nothing specific in US visa interview that short answers would help or long answers would help. It is totally dependent on how the interview is going forward once you are at the window. Hello students, great to see you again. We have a very special student with us, our first visa approval for fall intake, but due to some reasons, the podcast is coming up later, but we'll start straight away and we'll ask him certain questions that can help you, get the actual scenario of what actually is going on in the US visa interview session and what overall approach do students have or the visa officer have regarding US visa approvals. So congratulations Arjun, first of all, for getting your US visa approval.
thank you, sir.
So let our viewers know which was the university that you opted for and why.
Well, I have opted for Clemson University, which is situated in South Carolina. For my course was industrial engineering, and my university is in top 30 for the US national universities.
That's great. So Clemson University has its own reputation, as he said. It's among the top 30 universities for this particular courses, that is industrial engineering, right?
Yes.
So Arjun, tell us about your background, educational background here in India.
I have done my bachelor's in mechanical engineering from Charusat University in Gujarat. Apart from that, my curriculum was very detailed in course technical in mechanical engineering. So I have no experience in industrial engineering as far. But some courses were introduced in my bachelor's.
Right. And what was your CGPA when you were studying mechanical?
8.
8 CGPA. Okay. So what was your score in IELTS?
My IELTS score was 7.5 overall, and I had also appeared in GRE.
So what was your score in GRE then?
It was 315. In verbal, it was 153, and in quants, it was 162.
Great. So he has a score of 7.5 in IELTS, 315 in GRE, plus he has done Bachelor's of Mechanical Engineering with 8 CGPA. So overall, the profile was very good. So I think getting your profile right is very important when it comes to USA visa approval and choosing the right course. But Arjun, you told me that, the visa officer was quite reluctant when he or she asked you, why you have done your Bachelor's in Mechanical Engineering and now you are shifting to industrial engineering. So she was reluctant that why you are changing the fields or the course, right? So how did you tackle that?
It was quite that she shot some dragon.
Right.
Because she was very amazed by framing the question, because she framed me in such a way. So she asked whether you opted for bachelor's in mechanical. I replied yes. She then followed up with why industrial now, changing course. So I replied very simply that my course in mechanical engineering was having some glimpse of industrial engineering, like operations research. If some mechanical engineering guy is watching this, operation research is a subject offered in mechanical.
Right.
But that is in-depthly offered in industrial engineering. So I explained this, but she was very keen to delve deeper in what kind of subjects I need to study.
Right.
So some technical conversation happened.
So a very key point to note down here, that you need to explain your shift or the progression of your subject when you are going for your master's degree. So you need to make the visa officer understand that why you are choosing that particular master's, right?
Yes.
And how you can connect your bachelor's in India to the master's in USA. If you get that right, I think 90% of work is done.
Yes.
Plus a good university, a good profile definitely helps, right?
Yes.
So how was the excitement when you got your visa? What was your first reaction?
Well, I never expected such thing because she was very reluctant to give me some visa.
Right.
And I was asked 6 to 7 questions.
Right.
It was very taxing for me at particular time. But when she at last said that your visa is approved, so
Right.
I just kept moving, and I was very anxious that how did this happen?
Right.
And then I saw my parents, they were very happy.
Okay, Arjun. So out of the box, let's go ahead and ask you that what are you planning to do? First of all, like what have you thought when you land in USA? What all things you are planning to do apart from studies?
Well, my university is located in foothills of Blue Ridge Mountains, so I would definitely go for some trekking in Blue Ridge Mountains. Apart from that, Lake Hartwell is a very good tourist destination right there, and I am quite fond of swimming, so I would go and explore some water sports too.
Right. That's great. And what will be your advice to the students who are, right now expecting the visa interview and are very much, curious to know that what all things happens during the visa interview? What tips you will give them when they are appearing for the visa interview?
I would say expect the unexpected, because when you prepare for the worst, you kind of land there very comfortable in such situation.
So the point that he's trying to make is, prepare for the worst and you will be fine with whatever happens in the embassy, right? Whether it is Bombay, Hyderabad, Chennai, it doesn't make any difference if you know your answers right and if you know the basic questions, how to answer them. If you're confident about your profile, if you're confident about your university selection and the finances, right? Then there is no way that your visa might be refused unless you have a very bad day, right? So that is fine. Now, let us talk about the finances, right? Did visa officer ask you about your finances?
I would say yes and no, because she asked who was funding, and I answered my father.
Yeah. So
Because-
the answer was very short and crisp, right?
Because it was towards the end of the interview.
Okay. So it was just a question that was asked, which is a normal question, that who is going to sponsor your studies.
Not in depth.
Okay. So sometimes, when you know exactly that visa officer is quite convinced and this is just a formality, or I would say when you are able to, guess, or it's your instinct that, I should not elaborate the answer, just do it. Keep it short, keep it neat, keep it clean, and short and crisp answer do help sometimes, right? And you should also know when to elaborate and, discuss in detail certain things based on the reaction of the visa officer. So there is nothing specific in US visa interview that, short answers would help or long answers would help. It is totally dependent on how the interview is going forward once you are at the window. Right, Arjun?
Correct, sir.
Yeah. So wish you all the best, all our viewers, for your visas. And Arjun, congratulations once again. Thank you for sharing all the insights of whatever happened with you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.